In this presentation, we will tackle about the process in making assessment tools. And when we say assessment tools, it is primarily designed to help educators identify the strengths and weaknesses of learners' literacy and numeracy skills. This will help educators develop programs for learners that match their needs and strengthen their literacy and numeracy skills.
The following are the process of making assessment tool.
In making an assessment tools, first is to identify the total number of hours that are taught. Second, identify all the subject matters that are taught. Number 3, examine the instructional objectives of the topics previously discussed. The first step in developing an achievement test is to examine and go back to the instructional objectives so that you can match with the test items to be constructed. Number 4, make a table of specification, or what we call a TOS. Table of specification is a chart or table that details the content and level of cognitive level assessed on a test, as well as the types and emphasis of the test items according to Garris and Garant of 2008. Table of specification in addressing the validity and reliability of the test items. In preparing the table of specification, consider the steps in making a two-way chart table of specification. First, selecting the learning outcomes to be measured. Identify the necessary instructional objectives needed to answer the test items. The list of instructional objectives will include the learning outcomes in the areas of knowledge, intellectual skills or abilities, general skills, students' interest, and appreciation. B. Make an outline of the subject matter to be covered in the test. The length of the test will depend on the areas covered in its content and the time needed to answer. Letter C. Decide on the number of items per subtopic. Use this formula to determine the number of items to be constructed for each subtopic covered in the test so that the number of items in each topic should be proportional to the number of class sessions. The formula is number of items is equals to number of class sessions times the desired total number of items, then divided by the total number of class sessions. Letter D. Make a two-way chart. Letter A. Construct the test items. The following are the general guidelines for constructing the test item. First, begin writing items far enough or in advance so that you will have time to revise them. Second, match items to intended outcomes at appropriate level of difficulty to provide a valid measure of instructional objectives. Number 3. Be sure each item deals with an important aspect of the content area and not with trivia. Number 4. Be sure the problem posed is clear and unambiguous. Number 5. Be sure that the item is independent with all other items. Number 6. Be sure the item has one or best answer on which experts would agree. Number 7. Prevent unintended clues to an answer in the statement or question. Number 8. Avoid a replication of the textbook in writing test items. Do not quote directly from the textual materials. Number 9. Avoid trick or catch questions in an achievement test. Number 10. Try to write items that are require higher order thinking skills. Letter B. Determining the number of test items. Consider the following average time in constructing the number of test items. The length of time and the type of item used are also factors to be considered in determining the number of items to be constructed in an achievement test. Number 5. Assemble the test items. There are 2 steps in assembling the tests. First, packaging the test, and the second, reproducing the test. In assembling the test, consider the following guidelines. Letter A. Group all items with similar format. Letter B. Arrange test items from easy to difficult. Letter C. Space the test items for easy reading. Letter D. Keep items and option in the same page. Letter E. Place the illustrations near the descriptions. Letter F. Check the answer key. And the last, decide where to record the answer.
Number 6. Write directions. Check the test directions for each item format to be sure that it is clear for the student's understanding. Number 7. Check the assembled test items before reproducing the test. It is very important to proofread the test items for typographical and grammatical errors and make necessary corrections if any. Number 8. Make the answer key avoid answers such as TF, 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 and etc. or T, 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 F, F, F for the true or false type, and ABCD, ABCD pattern by multiple choice type.
Thank you for watching, guys. See you soon, and God bless us.